Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody.
Carl the Cobra Froch, one of the greatest super middleweight champions of all time, fighting out of Nottingham, United Kingdom. Froch Janibek Alimkhanuly, one of the most decorated amateurs in the history of the sport, 300 wins and only 7 losses.
Look at this. These fights are so up for it. Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, introducing from Nottingham, England, a super middleweight champion of the world, Carl the Cobra Froch. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Zilandi in Kazakhstan, introducing a unified middleweight champion of the world, known as Kazakh style, Janibek Alimkhanuly.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
Todd, it's one of my favorite venues. You can't get a better place to fight.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. This with that jab. The face is telling the story from that jab. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
It's so hot, it's so heated, there's a roof on here, you don't understand. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're on the wrong side of a beating, this can be hellfire on here.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Stiff jab. Oh, and he caught him with a stiff jab. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
This fighter told us yesterday, I don't get paid by the minute. I'm going to go in there and try and knock my opponent out as soon as possible.
A win is not just a win for some fighters. They need to feel the blood, the crunch. They need to get that win.
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Swing and a miss with the hook. There's a counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Froch in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up.
And there's the bell for round 2. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Nice counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Both of these fighters have the conditioning to go the distance, no problem. They also have the power to end this with one punch. Caution being thrown to the wind. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. How about that time counter shot? There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
This fight has a real good flow to it. Good counter punch. Good job defending the jab. Both men step back for just a moment. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Froch in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around? Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter shot. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Nice counter shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? He threw a punch and just got countered. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Good counter punching. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. So about Froch in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. On to the fourth we go. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. It hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Trying to land that jab. When are we going to see a jab from these two? The perfect counter lands. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself down trying to get that shot, and that's when he catch you.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Neither fighter willing to slow down. The courage on display here is incredible. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Froch in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you. Back into the fray here in round 5. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He misses with that jab. straight right just misses. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
It's the one who draws first blood, Tom. That's what you've got to look at. If you see it and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
It's all offense all the time. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? This is a high-octane battle. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? The straight right just misses. And he scores with the counter. Look at the hand speed and footwork between these two elite-level middleweights. Perfect, despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Froch in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow.
There's the bell to start round 6. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Middleweights always did.
Oh my God, Johnny! Will the referee step in? And the referee will begin the count. 10 seconds to get up. I don't see any movement here. It looks like this one's going to be over. Cue up the replay machine. I have...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your blood.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You've got away with it. You can do it again.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Well done with that counter shot. Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
Is that ever hope? Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to put it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
That jab misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they throw them non-stop.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history books.
Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about Janibek in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's placing. And there's the bell for round 7. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
And he misses with that jab. That counter punch caught him clean. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
You'd like to see more jabs. Back and forth they go. Insane action. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. One punch could change everything in this battle. Both men step back for just a moment. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Do you believe what we are seeing? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Froch in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
You know, I've been in fights like that.
And we enter the 8th round. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
They exchange punches. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Misses with the straight left. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have the quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Froch in trouble. And the Cobra is down. As you can see, it was a hit to the head that did it. Let's watch it again.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
You'd like to see more jabs. What a nightmare scenario! I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
Both men were knocked down, and they both got up in that. And there's the bell to start round 9. Both fighters knocked down in the last round. What do we have in store for us in this one?
I've seen that twice before, both fighters knocked down in the same round, and you think who's going to go back as confident, who's going to come out as confident. Both fighters went back on unsteady legs. How is this going to unfold?
Both men step back for just a moment. A swing and a miss with the right hook. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
And he misses. That's a lot of swelling. The referee taking a good look at it. Is he going to stop it?
Are you all right? Are you okay?
So time back in. Let's keep fighting. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Stamina is off the charts. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Punch, counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. That counter shot lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Froch in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt. And there's the bell to start round 10. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Tried to score with a jab. Catch and shoot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
This can be so frustrating when you're in such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
A swing and a miss with the left hook. Beautiful counter punch. Oh no, Carl Froch got caught. And finally, Carl Froch goes down. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
A shot from the...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to me.
Back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
You've got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes in close, tie him up. The referee's then got to power you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in a round.
They've got to use their jab better in this fight. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. And is this the beginning of the end? A nightmare start to this fight. What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judges' scorecards as a unanimous decision victory.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make...